And good evening once again. Day 1285 of the Trump administration, leaving 99 days to go until the presidential election. Perhaps you're old enough to remember last week when a number of mainstream media publications and reporters and anchors were quick to report without a whiff of irony that the president, in his candor telling us things were going to get better after they got worse, in his matter-of-fact handling of the pandemic at his newly revived press briefings, the president, to hear them tell it, was exhibiting a new tone. The new toners in the mainstream media were roundly mocked for having learned nothing during this presidency and for relying on old rules used to cover past presidency. Then, just today he was back, the president, in North Carolina, his nation leading the world in coronavirus. He wants governors to open up more.
I really do believe a lot of the governors should be opening up states that they're not opening, and we'll see what happens with them.
Donald Trump taking his old tone out for a spin while visiting a North Carolina biotech company taking part in the race for a vaccine for this virus. A few hours earlier, the president learned that his own national security advisor, Robert O'Brien, had tested positive for COVID-19. O'Brien is now the highest-ranking Trump administration official to become infected.
I haven't seen him lately. I heard he tested. Yeah, I have not seen him. I don't know.
The pandemic continues to churn through the United States, urban and rural, young and old, rich and poor. With over 4.3 million confirmed infections, the U.S. now has about a quarter of the world's cases, despite having just 4% of the world's population. Our death toll is now over 148,000, and over just the past 7 days, the U.S. has averaged about 1,000 deaths per day. The outbreak is still pushing a lot of hospitals across the nation to their own brink. The need for frontline medical workers still growing daily. There are still serious delays in getting results from COVID testing, with wait times stretching into several days or even weeks in some cases. Doctors agree that long a wait renders the results moot. This evening, Dr. Anthony Fauci offered a sobering assessment of where the nation stands 5 months into this pandemic.
We have a considerable amount of activity. You know the numbers. We're still seeing, 50, 60 plus thousand cases a day. You've just mentioned the total number. This is something we've got to get under better control.
We might see tens of thousands of Americans dying over the next few months. Is that right?
Well, that is conceivable. Unless we get our arms around this and get it suppressed, we will going to have further suffering and further death.
On the upside, Fauci said he did brief the president today on a major step in the fight against the virus. Two companies, Moderna and Pfizer, have started late-stage vaccine trials, each involving 30,000 people. The first volunteer was vaccinated this morning. The president seemed eager to suggest this is a turning point.
Not only is Operation Warp Speed accelerating the development of a vaccine, we're also directing a colossal industrial mobilization to ensure its rapid delivery. Nothing's happened like this since the end of World War II.
Is today's event about giving Americans hope, a sense of optimism? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, I think so, but, there would be not that same kind of hope if we weren't doing so well.
The state of Florida now has the second highest number of infections, having bypassed the original epicenter of New York. They're now second only to California. Last week, a Floridian died of the virus on average every 8 minutes. Thankfully, a few other hard-hit states are reporting a slight plateau in confirmed cases. We're also watching several pandemic-related developments tonight in the world of sports. Major League Baseball considering its next move tonight after more than a dozen members of the Miami Marlins, players and staff, tested positive for COVID-19. 3 Major League games have now been postponed so far. Tonight, the NFL confirmed there will be no preseason.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.